Let's look again at some new, still manufactured, readily available Deli pencils from China. Hello everyone. Not a repeat of last week, but we are still looking at Deli pencils. You can order for next to nothing on AliExpress, direct from China. Last week we looked at some Deli writing pencils that looked like drawing pencils. If you didn't watch that video and that's of any interest to you, you can find that easily on my channel. We have something similar today, still from Deli, still 2B pencil, but these a different shape, different color, and I guess a different intended audience, possibly. Again, we have a lot of information that is not readable by me. We have another 5-digit model number. Not much other information for we Westerners on the box. Let's just go ahead and open it up. As you can see, there are very few left in this box. Had this for a few years. In fact, one of the very first videos on my channel, I looked at these pencils in a very short, soundless, no talking demonstration of this sharpener, also from Deli. And I believe I used these pencils to demonstrate that sharpener. So these have shown up on my channel once before, just briefly, and not in a starring role. Although whenever this Deli sharpener shows up, he steals the show. What a terrific sharpener. But now it's about the pencils. So we see there are 2 colors in this box. There weren't any other colors. These are the only 2. You have to trust me on that. You can see they are a rounded triangle. We have a kind of a sky or baby blue, and then a white or slightly off-white. And you can see that they have turned the barrel of this pencil into a ruler, measuring in centimeters. So no inches here. Probably designed for export all over the world. And they went with the odds. Your average pencil buyer is going to find centimeters way more useful than inches. They haven't even included inches on another facet as a consolation prize for us Americans. You're stuck with centimeters. What else do we have? We have a triangle with 2B demonstrating the shape of the pencil and the grade of the graphite, the product number, and Deli. And I believe that symbol there probably just says Deli as well, would be my guess. No quality control issues that I can see or have found on any of these. They are quite nicely painted. It feels like a very smooth lacquer type paint. So very nice. What do I have? 3 blue and 2 white. So we'll sharpen one of the blues and use the Deli sharpener for that purpose. The way these are packaged says to me writing, school pencil, and the centimeters on it kind of tells me these were marketed toward school children for your math class. Takes a nice point. None of these Deli pencils that I've ever found are using cedar in the wood, which I wouldn't expect they do, but whatever they're using is very nice. It sharpens smoothly. There's no jagged appearance. splintering. The seal in the wood slats is so nicely done. I can't even see it here through the camera. Maybe you can see it at home, but yeah, very nicely done. They've matched those slats perfectly. Let's give it the writing test. One thing I don't think I mentioned in the previous review, when you buy pencils from China as opposed to American pencils or European pencils marketed for Americans, rather than coming in a dozen, I guess it kind of goes with the metric theme maybe, they generally come in packs or boxes of 10. I believe that was the case here. I guess I could have put the 5 in there and see if that filled up a whole row. I think it did. In the very early stages of graphite pencils, the very best graphite was found in northwest England, and that was the graphite of choice for anyone making the finest pencils. And a lack of access to that graphite is what led to the process by which pencils are made today, because that graphite was so fine and pure and soft and perfect that one could simply break off a stick of it, wrap it in wood, and you'd have a terrific pencil. But most graphite deposits around the world are not that pure, and they have grit and other impurities in them that make that type of pencil making impossible. And so the process that we use today of taking graphite, grinding it up, sifting it, purifying it that way, mixing it with clay, firing it in the kiln, making graphite rods to be inserted in pencils, that Conte method, invented in France, is what we use today, mainly because the French, at war all the time with the British, didn't have ready access to the Cumberland graphite of England. Anyway, that was a long way of saying, at some point, a very nice deposit of high-quality graphite was discovered in Asia. Pretty soon, was being shipped around the world and making pencils that competed with the graphite that came from England, and eventually making a pencil that was in some way associated with Asia was a good selling point, because Asian graphite came to be thought of as the highest quality available once the British mines were depleted or closed up. Anyway, where was I going with that? I don't know. I guess that it shouldn't surprise us that pencils coming out of Asia might be pretty nice pencils and have some good graphite. Let's compare, as always, with the American Standard, the Ticonderoga, made in USA. This is an HB, so one would expect it to be less dark. It feels firmer and sounds scratchier, but maybe let your eyeballs, oh, if I can get the camera. You can determine how that looks to your eyes. And then let's compare it with last week's. This one is noticeably softer to me. My exposure is giving me fits today. Last week's Deli 2B writing pencil, the green untipped, is on the bottom. Today's triangular measuring pencil on the top. Didn't mention, nicely painted end rather than an end cap or a ferrule or eraser. Okay, so there you have it. Would make a nice writer, I think. Feels nice and smooth, not overly dark, so probably point retention isn't as bad as one might expect from a 2B pencil. The Deli, I like how they just have numbers. They don't even have names. The Deli 58142. Metric ruler, triangular, 2B writing pencil. Couple bucks delivered to your door from China through AliExpress. Thanks for watching this review. Hope to see you here again next time.